Okay. One more thing. Let me put your hotspot. Co-host. Okay, good. So, we'll go ahead from here. Hi everyone, this is Ajay. I'm going to introduce our new speaker. His name is Mani from Vancouver, Canada. Works as a AI consultant. He is inspired by the guest on the PMC channel to transform his life and becoming a vegetarian. He began his spiritual journey in June 2022, uh, and he's completed solo for 41 days journey for self-discovery through the Gudakesha. Uh, Many has joined the T7 Gudakesha batch and experienced the true meaning of the happiness, joy, peace, and he experienced intense energies, bliss during the session. And he's eagerly waiting for his to share his story. We want to learn from you, Mani. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Master. Before I begin, let us all be grateful for our grandmaster Prabodh Garu for creating this wonderful platform, for sharing his wonderful wisdom. Thank you, all the volunteers, the admin team, and all the attendees that are here with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like Ajay Garu just introduced me, I am Mani from Vancouver, Canada. And can you hear me okay? Am I audible? Thank you, Master. And my journey, my spiritual journey, sadhana, started in July 2022, Masters. Before that, I did not know that there is a spiritual side, and I was not familiar with meditation or any kind of practice. I mean, I heard about meditation. I watched one or two Sadhguru's videos where he talk about inner engineering and stuff. But until then, I was only watching some of the videos that would pop up. Maybe they're not too spiritual. He would talk about, okay, what kind of foods are good for body, what kind of um, these Kriya Yoga, some small practices, not really sitting down, meditating for a while. That was a really new concept for me. But in June 2022, we found out that we are going to have our son, and we wanted to improve ourselves. We wanted to grow before we mm, raise him. We want to raise ourselves before we raise them. That's why we started learning about, okay, how can we make ourselves better? And that thought led us to watching PMC meditation channel. And we were watching video after video. Like most of you have already realized, the all the masters, all the gurus are, it's more in India as opposed to it's rare that we find someone here locally. When we tried to find, okay, who is teaching here, we could find Isha Center nearby, where they host yoga classes every 2 weeks. So I was attending these yoga classes, but when I watched videos that are being discussed in PMC channel, they were talking about astral travel or the soul journey and reincarnation, all of that stuff. It was so fascinating. The people here don't really believe most of the stuff that are being discussed. I really wanted to learn more. I could not find any resource. And then I was calling people where they say they have a team in US. So I was reaching out to people, seeing, okay, if they would teach us in some way. So that's how I came across one of the Kundalini sadhana, where they have online classes, and they were teaching Kundalini Sadhana level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have these levels, and that was my first real meditation experience. When we sat down, connected with that master, when we meditated with him, he asked us to close our eyes, and all of a sudden I feel like something opened up in my. Later I realized that it was brahmarandra, and I could feel the flow of energy. That was the first day I sat down and meditated. That experience I cannot explain to you in mere words. It was so powerful. I got hooked to the feeling. I wanted to experience that again. So week one, I was meditating 21 minutes every evening and every morning. Next week, I was doing 40 minutes every evening and 40 minutes early in the morning. Then by then, I turned to vegetarian 1 month ago, and my sleep got better. I was able to feel very light. I was able to. Previously, I had really hard time waking up. I used to eat meat a lot, maybe 6 or 7 days a week. And ever since switched to vegetarian, and then 1 month passed, and when I started meditating 1 hour every evening, 1 hour in the morning. So that in a span of 1 month, I went from not meditating at all, starting with 21 minutes in the evening and the morning, to 2 hours every evening and 2 hours in the morning. And there is this one night, while I was meditating, I went into this deep, almost trance kind of state, and I realized it's already 3 a.m. And I was just sitting there from 9 p.m. Then I was thinking to myself, okay, I essentially meditated through the whole night. Can I actually do that? Can I skip sleep and um, meditate through the whole night? That was my first thought. And you might have heard of this saying, when a student is ready, master appears. That's what happened to me. After 3 days of this happened, me being meditating through not the whole night. I did sleep around 3 a.m. and woke up at 6 or something. But whenever I really strongly felt that need, suddenly a video showed up on PMC channel again. It was an interview between Ravi Shastri Garu and Grandmaster Prabodh Garu, and they were talking about Gudakesha. The video title was Nidra Jainchina Mana Gudakesha. So when I was actually watching the interview, this is the exact thought I've been having for the past week or so. I was thinking, how can I meditate through the whole night? So here is someone, a master, who is doing exactly that. It was like a dream come true. I was so happy. And when I actually went into the funnel, when I was reading through the page, they mentioned, okay, there is a USA number that I can contact to. If you have any questions, please reach out to this WhatsApp number. I'm not sure if some of you are familiar with, I mean, you are from US, but I'm not sure who are all in the Gudakesha program, but it was Rajni ma'am who I was texting. And when I messaged Rajni ma'am asking, hello, Andy, I am interested in joining Gudakesha. Uh, when is the next course? That was my question. And Rajni ma'am told me that was in August 2022, 2 hours, 2 months into my sadhana. And madam basically said, okay, we might do one in December. We are not sure yet. But December is way, way too long. 4 months. I don't think I can wait 4 months to experience this bliss. All the benefits that Grandmaster Prabodh Gar was explaining in that video, I don't think I can wait 4 months. So I went into GMPWisdom YouTube channel, and I was searching for, okay, are there any videos that I can follow that are from previous Gudakesha? So I was looking through all the playlists, and there was this not on the homepage, but it was hiding in the playlist, that the Gudakesha that was just completed 1 or 2 weeks ago or something. So I was super happy. Okay, Gudakesha is just done, and there are day 1 through 5 videos. Why not do it myself? That was my thought. And that day I decided, okay, I'm doing this. Day one, I sit down and I watch the videos and I meditate through the whole night. Day two, watch the videos. So I was really struggling for the first 3 days, but after 5 days, it was way easier. I did I did not feel like I don't have a team, I don't have a group. I really thought I could do this myself. So I went on doing it for 41 days. I saw some of the amazing benefits that I haven't in my life. I mean, I could feel the energy coming in. The first day, the experience that I got, that Brahmarandra opening and the flow of energy when I closed my eyes, I was doing that at will. And when I was walking, I could feel this layer of energy, layer of aura. Almost my hand would feel heavy when it brushes the air. I could definitely feel that there is a force field in between the air and my hands. It was blissful. I was being happy all the time. Whenever I remind myself of the Master Prabodh Garu smile, I would smile myself. So I was doing all of this, and 41 days go by. I see amazing benefits in health. My health improves. I used to get really bad headaches, and they were gone. And people around me, people that are closest to me that know that I've been doing this, were really shocked. I mean, I used to have back pain when I sit too long at my desk, 8 hours, 9 hours. It would be really hard. But when I told them I did not lie my back for 41 days, first of all, they said that I was lying. They didn't believe me. But people that really know me, that know that I won't joke with them, were really shocked. How can you do this? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't your back hurt at all? All of these questions about um, your you're messing up your sleep, you're messing up your health, all of this stuff. When my coworkers found out, they thought I was crazy. I mean, I didn't tell them. Uh, Not everyone, but people that are closest to me. I was telling them, are you sure? Is this okay? Do we need to get you tested? He started joking, but amazing astral projection experiences. Sorry, not astral projection, but it was lucid dreaming. I couldn't really tell back then, but I was lucid dreaming. And while this was happening, after 41 days, suddenly I receive a text in a group saying, okay, a new Gudakesha T7 batch is going to start in 2 weeks. I was super happy. It was T7. So I immediately messaged them saying, okay, how do I sign up? They sent me a link. I sent the payment. All of that happened, and I was in the group. And I was assigned to someone. I was waiting every day. I can't, I literally, I did not sleep. So we, Gudakesha, won't sleep, but you, pun intended. I didn't sleep for the next 14 days, waiting for that day, waiting for to actually learn from the grandmaster. And while those first 5 days, my primary leader actually called me, and um, she was asking me, okay, how do you feel after day one? Then I was telling her it was completely, I mean, it was super good. I've been doing this for 50 days now, and she was shocked. And then I realized on that day one, it was in the morning. We did not actually finish the first day of Gudakesha, but You know how back in India, in the morning session, you listen to what Grandmaster Prabodh Garu has to say, and then you meditate in the evening. So we did not meditate by the time my primary leader was speaking to me. But that evening, when I meditated in the group, I felt my energy at least twice as much as usual. So that day, I realized the power of meditating in a group, and a group of like-minded people that are on the same spiritual path. It's so powerful, Masters. I mean, it was a completely different experience. And those 41 days, 50 days I was doing on my own, now I'm on a completely different level at the rate of energy that I would receive and all of that stuff. And day two, day three, we started learning about, okay, sit down under the sky in the nature for 2 hours, and that will make your sadhana way easier in the night. So when I did that, I was feeling this connection with the nature around me. The breeze felt different. I've been getting some really good smells, these scents from nowhere. All of this, everything around me seemed a little brighter. And I did not have a leader guiding me back then. I did not have a master or these leaders giving me instructions every day, giving that homework every day. Grandmaster did a wonderful job explaining all of those things in 5 days. I'm talking about me doing this on my own without the support, but with support. When I learned about food meditation, when I learned about walking meditation, dance meditation, that how to be in a meditative state 24 hours a day, I did not have all the homework when I was doing it by myself, but every day we are adding in new stuff on top of smiling a lot. We are actually tracking, okay, have you done all of this tasks? Have you done walking meditation? I mean, what spiritual program has watching movies? We have movie meditation. I mean, I got to experience a different meaning of spirituality when I joined the T7 batch. And my experiences till then was, I mean, I had really a bliss, a happiness. Whenever I close my eyes, I could feel the energy flowing into my head. All of a sudden, now it feels like my aura got expanded when I started meditating in groups. For example, you know how it is in US and Canada. We don't really have fans going on. We don't really have. I mean, most of our winters would be in October, November. We usually have our heaters on so that it won't be so cold. When I was sitting in my living room and meditating, all of a sudden I feel this cold breeze and almost like a water being sprinkled. I did not understand why would it feel so cold when I set my heater to over 20 degrees. When I actually looked out, it was raining outside, and the breeze I've been feeling, everything is close, and the this moisture or almost kind of sprinkles I'm feeling were touching my aura. That's what I realized. When I closed my eyes, I was feeling this cold breeze on my face. There is no way for air to enter into that room, but I was feeling all of those things. And I had lucid dreaming and experiences where my cells in my body were actually communicating with me. I mean, it is an experience that so hard to explain. Everyone's path is different, everyone's experiences is different. So you have to experience these things yourself. And it doesn't really make sense when you okay, how does this guy know that his cells in the body is speaking with me? You are familiar with the principles, the spirituality, Gudakesha, Grandmaster Prabodh Garu's work, Patriji's work, and it might make sense for you, but if a coworker or a friend of mine who doesn't have any experience with this, when I say cells in my body were communicating with me, he would look like I'm crazy or something. I was getting all of these experiences. I could feel my chakras, that rotation of chakras. I felt my heart chakra open up like a lotus. It was a wonderful feeling, masters. And I was experiencing these day after day. And while everything is going on, we had our son on October 12th, 2022. And few days before that, I was diagnosed with COVID. So I was struggling so hard to sit down. Day one, I really tried hard, and day two, my cough got in really worse, my fever got in really worse. So m- ma'am actually suggested, okay, you need to take it easy, lie down for a few days till you get better, and then come back and we can do this. So I started lying down around August, 2 months after the initial sadhana. The 2 months after starting Gudakesha, I actually lied down and I felt my back aching after a while. So it goes to show back pain goes away with Gudakesha. So I was lying down for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then I was trying to get started again. But you know how it is, the inertia. When we actually stop, it's hard to get back on track again. And when I started meditating again, the sadhana, I suddenly feel my levels were going down, and the kind of energy that I would feel just 2 weeks ago, I was having all kinds of lucid dreams, all kinds of experiences. When I go to a spiritual place, I can feel my energy going up, all the energy around me. And when I go near a really big tree, you know how US and Canada have these huge trails. When I walked through the trails, it was, I mean, I feel like nature is literally hugging me when I walk through those huge trees. All that energy, it was magical. Suddenly to lose it, kind of felt, did I lose something? I mean, is it gone? How long do I have to meditate? How long have do I need to do this to get back to that previous state again? And 2 days or 3 days after I started my sadhana again, Grandmaster Prabodh Garu was in the session for a Q&A during our US time. And this is the question that I asked Master. I was meditating, I was following Gudakesha for 60 days, Master, and I did not follow for 2 weeks. I heard somewhere if you don't meditate one day, you'll go back 4 days or something. So, did I lose everything that I have done in the past 60 days? That was my question. So, my calculation was okay, 15 days, 15 times 4, my 60 is gone. I basically erased everything that I did so far. I'm a fresh slate. That's why I'm not getting experiences. That was my thinking. And when Grandmaster Prabodh Garu actually when he was answering the question, he talked about spiritual laws, and he suggested I watch a video of Patriji about spiritual laws, where he talks about a law of continuous advancement, which basically states there is no going back. Every soul in this universe is constantly progressing, constantly advancing. There is no going back. If you are doing an intense sadhana like Gudakesha every day, every night, you are being in that meditative state, you are progressing at a rate like a rocket ship, let's say. And this person who is not doing any meditation, not doing any sadhana, um, maybe progressing at a pace of 2 steps a day, or even let's say a bicycle, or he's walking. We in Gudakesha are rocket ship. So there is always progression. Every experience that we get is adding to our experience. So we are progressing. There is no question about that. So you don't have to worry about it. Even me, there are days I can build the whole world in my astral plane, and next day I would have trouble to lift a single brick. So it's never a straight line. Your level of energy can be here today, here tomorrow. So it's all relative. You don't have to worry about it one bit. Ever since he said that, my whole relationship with the spiritual practice changed. I stopped focusing on, okay, what experiences I'm getting, okay, I was only able to meditate 2 hours. I would worry about it for 3 hours. So I started be focusing on the basics, the principles, what Grandmaster has taught us during those 5 days, what leaders has been telling us, all for the homework. When I actually did that, the next 2 weeks were magical. For example, 2 days after Grandmaster Garu did that Q&A, I was doing a diamond formula meditation with the group, and there was this instance where every cell in my body felt like it was vibrating. It was a magical experience. And ever since then, I started to realize when I was in the presence of great masters like Grandmaster Prabodh Garu, Pradeep Master, my energy would go up. I mean, how I was saying my energy levels almost doubled when I was meditating in groups. When a master, grandmaster was in their presence, even if it's online, I was feeling that increased rate of energy, that connection, and all of these wonderful things. And the best thing that I've realized is I was a kind of person that overthink overthink too much, worry about the slightest things. If something doesn't go my way, I used to worry about it for days. So I was working on a startup when I was doing this. For this startup, we were basically working 7 months straight, and I was not paid for 3 to 4 months. It's one thing to be in India and not get paid. I mean, the cost of living or expenses were not too much. But as you can imagine, the cost of living where we are is high. And it was really, we were hoping that once we do this launch, we can make a lot of money. Um, that was that was what we were hoping back then, when we are putting this all the work without any pay. But all of a sudden, this crypto market goes way bad and our project fails like horribly. I mean, we put in our own money that we lost. Instead of getting some more, we lost everything we got. My wife was so worried. She was asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Every 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I was smiling. I mean, are you really okay? Are you really okay? I did not know. I mean, I almost forgot how to feel sad. I was, it was not affecting me one bit. I was telling her, it's okay, we can figure something out. It might have happened for a reason. And looking back, I can really say that was one of the best things that could have happened for me. I came out, I actually, instead of working with the team, I started my own AI agency that's doing really well now. So all of the things are happen for good. Whatever is happening in your life is the best thing that can happen. So always be happy. That's what I learned from Gudakesha. And when I was interacting with Sumant Garu and Mallika ma'am, I was telling her, I'm really inspired by the work that you do. You contribute so much, you volunteer so much. And then she actually asked me, would you like to volunteer for something? And I said yes. And from then, I have hosted a lot of Train Your Mind sessions. I've introduced speakers. Um, I mean, I was doing all kinds of speeches, SAJJANA, SANGATHYA, Swadhyaya. I was reading books for some sessions. And it was every time I do something in terms of volunteering or seva, whether that's building a website or working on something, I suddenly feel like almost the universe is making way for me. Something that I've been wanting to work happens effortlessly. Some things that I've been postponing way too much happens effortlessly. And over the past 3 4 months, work has gotten so busy, and with a baby that is 1.5 year old, it was hard time managing. So I was neglecting my sadhana, but I only started 2 days ago. When um, someone actually messaged me asking whether you would want to speak at this USA, um, can, the the call that we are on. So when someone asked me if you have some time, I truly believed that it was almost as if a grandmaster was saying, "Okay, you've waited enough. It's get back to work, get back to the sadhana." So I take it as that. And it was a wonderful opportunity. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Master. It was wonderful associating with you. And if you have any questions regarding my experience so far, or um, any questions, feedback for me, I would love to. Uh, please. Thank you.
We love your session, man. Literally, I'm saying I love a lot. Whatever you speak from your heart, you know.
Thank you.
And whatever the experience you are facing, I'm astounded myself, you know. I took some notes, but one thing I just want to understand, like, what is it, diamond formula meditation? What kind of how did you do that?
It was, have you heard about golden formula meditation,
Yeah, yeah,
Master?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's similar to golden formula meditation, but Master did diamond formula meditation after golden formula meditation. So
Okay.
um, it was only launched or uploaded to YouTube 1 week from the day that we actually started playing during the sessions. So back then, we used to. Do you practice Gudakesha, Master?
Yes, yes, I used to. I'm
So
trying to
are
do.
you currently doing any Hanuman pranayama?
Yeah, 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 doing that.
So instead of Hanuman pranayama, that was recent. I mean, not recent edition, 6 months or 8 months or something. But before that, we used to have diamond formula meditation. Those
The terms
sessions.
are different. Okay.
Yeah, curriculum it keeps changing, but yeah, I look forward to joining uh, US meditation soon.
That's nice. Nice to hear, man. You are wonderful. Simply, I'm
Thank
dead. You are wonderful.
thank you, Master.
But I have a couple of questions. Lucid dreaming. What kind of a lucid dreams you have experienced?
I used to, I mean, back then, I didn't even have the ability to realize that it was a dream. But ever since I started my sadhana, there were experiences where within the first few seconds, I could tell it's a dream, and all kinds of things. I mean, I could fly, I could jump, I can stand here and create the whole building with my bare hands and climb that building, look at the sun, the sunsets. I would see some of the brightest. I mean, I don't have anything in real world to compare to that, but imagine you see a temple that's filled with rubies, not a single inch left with a stone or a rock, everything is rubies. And you are driving towards that in almost a chariot, like during the time of Mahabharata or whatever, driving in a chariot, but it doesn't have horse, it runs on water, and everything around you is so bright, and all the trees are super green, like nothing you have ever seen in this world. And it's an amazing feeling. You know that it's a dream, and you can stay there as long as you want. And one thing I used to struggle back then, I used to tell myself, okay, don't be excited, don't be excited. If you're excited, you'll wake up. So stay calm, stay calm. We can enjoy this. And it almost feels like it's like a real world. I mean, I do things, I uh, jump over walls, I eat stuff, I drink, I interact with people. There were instances where I could feel there was an explosion, and I could literally feel the burning sensation on my back when I woke up. So it was that real for me. And I don't know, it was my mind playing tricks that hurt and everything. I don't want to explore it scientifically, but there were instances like that. So again, once you start experience these things, I would back then, when I was really tired, for example, let's say today I walked too much, I worked on something that really tired me out, that days I would have lucid dreams for sure. I can guarantee it. And
That's nice.
whenever I eat a meal that is really light, for example, just the watermelon, nothing else, and those nights too, the chances were really high. So I was really enjoying those sessions when I started, but these days it almost became like it's a norm. I was not enjoying as much, and maybe I should start exploring astral projection or something. But I was so focused on the material world, building my business and stuff. I've been away from those really
Yeah,
spiritual
that's
experiences. But
that's nice to know, man. That's wonderful. One more quick question. How do you manage your energies?
hmm, I don't really know much how to answer that question, but I did
When you
not.
have high energies, right? When you do the Gudakesha in a
Hmm,
daytime, how you manage that energy levels?
okay. I think I understand your question, but nothing ever happened to me that high energy always, in my case at least, I always relate high energy to higher joy, higher happiness, and that good feeling. It I have seen some people where high energy manifests in all of a sudden they are doing headstands, sitting down meditating, and they do headstand upside down. So I see high energy being manifested in those ways, but never in my last 2 years of sadhana I thought I had too high of an energy that I could not handle. The even the places that I felt were really high energy, I really enjoyed the feeling, the amount of, I mean, all my chakras felt like they were being touched. Air would be heavier. It felt nice. I used to smell all kinds of, um, you know how sandalwood smells? Um, Nothing is happening around. All of a sudden I would smell sandalwood. So things like these. It's not like I didn't have to manage my energy in any
That
way.
means when you are smelling like kind of a different kind of flavor, kind of smells, your masters are sitting next to you.
Wow. Okay.
That's a sensation.
It's great to know, Master. I, all these months, I don't even know. I haven't heard about it, but thanks for sharing. Mm.
Wonderful, man. Masters, anyone having any questions, you can raise your questions with money.
All I want to say is it's a wonderful sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Master.
Naginder, you have any kind of comments?
No question, but it was a great session. Yeah, thanks, Mani. Yeah, you covered a lot of things.
Thank you. Thank you, Nagendra garu.
Thanks.
Ajay, you have any questions?
Yeah, no, it was a great experience listening to a great master's, journey of Gudakesha, and his experiences were very clearly understood, actually. And
Thank you. Thank you.
there are some statements which have really caught my attention. One of them was, spiritual progress. It never goes back. And second thing is, observing yourself under the sky, nature connectivity, and obviously, when you do Gudakesha, you know how you can quickly connect to yourself. Get into that meditative state. So, I mean, there are so many things that I can't just keep speaking, but you have already shared all of that. I have no specific questions, but every master has their own experiences. I can definitely relate to that. Thank you very much, Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Master. Thank you for the
It's
feedback.
a really great wisdom from you. We'll do for next 15 minutes meditation and we'll close the call. Thank you so much for your wisdom. And I will play the background music. You can initiate the meditation from your end. You
Okay.
can guide us. Okay.
Um, let's do 15 minutes meditation, Masters. Um,
Okay, masters, put your hands on your face. With a big smile. I'll count the numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can look at your hands with a big smile. Thank you so much, Mani, for your wisdom sharing. We are
Thank you.
learning a lot. Thank you so much.